What is going on, you guys? My name is Curtis with the Seoul Dojo gaming channel, and this is our first impressions review on the Nintendo Switch 2. Look, I've seen what a lot of people have been saying online about this. Some people do love this console, other people hate it to really weird levels like Dreamcast guy, but I digress. But look, I agree with what the majority of people are saying. This isn't a brand new console. This feels more like a half step. It feels more like a Switch Pro, and I agree with that a lot. You can definitely tell you are now running games at 4K 60 frames per second like Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. On undocked mode, you have it at 1080p, and you can tell that softness is there, and it just looks really good right out of the box. This console is ready to go. There isn't any getting into the menus and trying to mess with some of the settings and things so you can get the best out of your Nintendo Switch 2. This thing is ready to go right out of the gate, and when you're moving your save data from your original Switch all the way to your Nintendo Switch 2, it is almost seamless. You log into your Nintendo online account and you get going with it. It takes mere minutes to just get not only your games to this console, but your save data goes along with it, and it's a really streamlined experience. It is really good. I mean, I picked up my Tears of the Kingdom exactly where my save data was at, bam, and I was able to play Tears of the Kingdom exactly where I saved last time on my original Nintendo Switch, right here on the Nintendo Switch 2. I do want to talk a little bit about the design of the Nintendo Switch 2 and then versus the original Nintendo Switch, so you can tell just off rip. I mean, this one is a lot smaller. The Nintendo Switch is a lot smaller. The Nintendo Switch 2 does take a bit of a jump there, especially with the screens. Now, I think when you look at it and you read the specs, that 0.9 inches doesn't sound like a lot, but you look at this here, it is definitely a big difference. It's just when you feel it, it just feels a little bit more expensive. I think when you play it in undocked mode, it feels like it's going to slip out of your hands constantly. It doesn't really have necessarily the same grip, I think, that the Nintendo Switch, the original Nintendo Switch does. Moving on, I would like to talk a little bit about the Joy-Cons and how they look now. They're more magnetized, so here you go. It's going to be a magnet that is on here, and you can basically just, here, I'll put it right here, just like that. They fit right in there. I love it. It is more streamlined. It's easier than just kind of sliding in and out with the original Switch. I really like this because you can take them both out, and I know some people, they don't. Oh my goodness, that's what I was saying. So you have the screen here. You can actually flip it upside down. So if you want your charging port to be on top, or you want to just be able to plug in your headset from the bottom, you can actually flip it upside down and play the console upside down, just like that. God, I think the design looks great. I think the finish, the screen is bigger. It feels more expensive. Like I said, my only gripe with it is there's just no real grip with it, and you can tell right there. I mean, I literally dropped one of the Joy-Cons easily. I mean, I was just like, what in the world's going on? But yeah, easy to come off. Magnets with the Joy-Cons, I really like them. I really like how the Joy-Cons look too. It's you have the color on the inside of the actual analog there. I like it. I like the whole design of the Switch too. When I saw it, I said, oh, that's very simple, but I'd rather have simple. Last thing I do want to talk about is the Pro Controller. This is sold separately. I love the Pro Controller. I'm gonna say this a lot. It feels expensive because it is a bit of expense. It is a bit expensive. Tariffs on this kind of accessory, by the way, so it's a little bit more expensive. I love this Pro Controller. It's one of my favorite Pro Controllers with the Switch so far. It has the triggers on the inside, the buttons on the inside here. If you guys check that, really dope. I really like it. I like the gray that's on the top here. I've been playing nothing but docked mode with this controller, and it holds a charge really well. Really good. I love it. Now, when it comes to games, I've been playing loads of the Nintendo Switch 2 version of Tears of the Kingdom, and I think this game truly shows the real power of the Nintendo Switch 2. I mean, when it comes to draw distance, when it comes to a consistent 60 frames per second, the game runs at 4K on docked mode. It looks beautiful. This is the best the game has ever looked. You can see like the panels on the wooden panels on Link's shield, it looks, I mean, it's just the detail of like the tattoos on the bokoblins. You could see the draw distance. There's so much detail within like mountains and things like that. You can really see the power in this game. I've also played the brand new Mario Kart World, played a little bit of it. Again, you can tell that has the power. It's utilizing the true power of the Nintendo Switch 2. And then also I've been playing a little bit of Cult of the Lamb. So when it comes to the game library though, you have Cyberpunk can now be played on this. Nintendo WWE 2K25 is going to be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. So there's a lot of this third-party support that you can see within the Nintendo shop, and you can really get a good sense of just how powerful this console is now. There's loads of third-party support already at launch. Now, my main issue, of course, is the exclusivity is just not there just yet. You do have Donkey Kong Bonanza about to come out, Metroid Prime 4 is set to come out soon, and then of course you have a Pokemon AZ. Those games, by the time this year is up, those games should be out and on your Nintendo Switch too. So hopefully the library starts to beef up even more. You do, I believe, have that third-party support already there, but the exclusivity, which I really care about, isn't there just yet. Now, should you buy, wait for a sale, or just completely skip the Nintendo Switch 2? Yes, I know this has been very positive on the Nintendo Switch 2, but I gotta say that the library just isn't quite there. I think if you're somebody that doesn't have another console like a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X, and you want to play games like Cyberpunk, play some of those third-party games that are a little bit more performance heavy for the original Switch, the Nintendo Switch 2 can run that. So you're looking at Cyberpunk, you're looking at games like that. Also, the exclusives need to start coming in. You're talking about Donkey Kong Bonanza, you're talking about Pokemon AZ, you're talking about, you know, Metroid Prime 4. Those games are coming, and you might want to wait a little bit for those games to come along if you really care about exclusives like me, because the $450 price tag is a bit heavy for a Switch Pro, but I went out and got it simply because I wanted to play Tears of the Kingdom at a better resolution, all that, and I want the exclusive. So I say if you can get this on a sale, fantastic. But if you just want to wait for the exclusives, I think that's a good way to go. Maybe jumping out and just buying it right now isn't the best thing to do, but hey, you do what you do, right? My name is Curtis with the Seoul Dojo Gaming Channel. You can follow me on X at Kelly from the Dojo. And make sure you guys subscribe to the Seoul Dojo. Get in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about this guy right here. I do like the console, so let me know in the comments. I'll check you guys later, all right? Peace.